adesso non avete fate fumaça, no? Aku makan sekecil.
This Hard Rock Stadium has played host to many events over the course of its existence, but now it plays host to a 2S Formula One race. We are live here in Miami, here for the Miami Grand Prix in season 12. It is round 3, and although it says wet, it's not actually wet, but we'll get to that. This track is difficult. We've been spinning out in turn 3, and also this very slow chicane. Let's get into qualifying and see how the drivers do for one. I am joined by Kirst here for the broadcast. And how are you doing, Kirst?
Yeah, pretty good. Very good, my friend. How about yourself?
I'm good. It's my first time being on 2S. So this is going to be a very interesting one, especially on a track which has been notorious with the drivers for either one, people being too good at it, or two, people spinning out on it. I'm one of the spinners. I'll tell you that for a fact.
Well, nevertheless, it's perfectly balanced.
Doubt. I'm pressing X for doubt on that one. We have almost a full grid, I believe. At least 19 of our drivers here today.
I think it might even be 20, but I'm not 100% sure. However, there is a lot of drivers, yeah.
There's definitely a lot of drivers here, and some very familiar ones to me as well. Obviously, having Ocean Chief, Snell Henke. We have Mac Ender, Icewind, Danny Co is here as well. Meepo I've seen as well. Yoda too. So there's a lot of good drivers here for definite. So we'll need to see how this, and we do have a full 20-man grid. So this is definitely going to be a very nice track. It is currently 27 degrees ambient and 34 degrees on track, so it's a very nice temperate for this track as well. So we will get into qualifying first off, trying to see who will leave the pit lane first. I believe it is going to be the Red Bull of Bailey leaving first. So, in your mind, what times are you sort of expecting here from the drivers?
I think I've been hearing some talks of a high 26. So
high
I'd probably
26.
expect, something along the high 26 for pole, allegedly.
Well, we'll have to see. You yourself, have you time trialed Miami?
Thankfully, no. I've not had the pleasure so far, and I don't think I will this week. Maybe some other time. But yeah, you might see me next week around doing some Austria. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy just watching other people do it.
Well, I get the pleasure to watch today and watch tomorrow with SLR, and then I'll be driving this track myself on Thursday. So
Yes.
I'm worried. I'm worried for one. I don't like this track myself. I don't know. There's just something about this track that, you know, I just don't like.
It's just not pretty.
It's not a good track.
Really hard Vietnam vibes off of it sometimes. Some
Oh
corners.
God. Oh God, you had to bring up Vietnam. Christ.
Another very good circuit, of course.
Oh, brilliant. And just pure brilliant. Dan was rapid here when I watched him pre-patch. Well, we shall see. Bailey currently out on a fast lap right now. We're going to stick on board with him as we go through this this difficult and challenging track, I would like to call it. I'm not going to speak my true mind, because otherwise they'll probably never see me on a 2S stream again.
A
Right.
very medium track according to a fun game, but
Yeah, it's one of those for definite. Currently 40 seconds through into sector 2 is Bailey. How far do you reckon these guys are trying to push the limits on this track? Because as I said before, brand new track to 2S, as it was just brought out this year. So do you reckon some of the drivers are going to be pushing the limits just to see how much they can get out of this track and where they can find the time?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're definitely going to get like the top guys, like the likes of Danny and WoW, probably going to the absolute limits of the track. But, you know, maybe towards the back of the grid, they'll be just trying to not get in the wall. But honestly, trying to not get in the wall might score you good points here as well.
Very much so. Danny, I was about to say Bailey, about to set the benchmark for this. As Danny Co's actually retired.
He's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with someone.
I think Danny's just crashed out of the qualifying session.
That is an interesting turn of events. And speaking about crashing into walls, I suppose we got an answer and pushing the limits.
Yeah, Danico is going to be starting from the back of the grid and with a 5 grid place grid penalty, as well. WoW sets a 27-1 at this current point in time. As we'll go on board with another. Oh, Smelto's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. A lot of disqualifications coming very early on in this qualifying session. This is gonna be. Ooh,
interesting.
This is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Copy. Copy currently in 9th place, or 10th now, as he's currently out setting a time. Meepo going 6th fastest, Fox going 5th, Tomo going 4th, Macender going 27th, 27.5, and going P3 3rd fastest over this race. Wow. So already we've had some interesting moments. Ocean Chief actually has gone back into the pits, for some repairs. He's actually fine. He was part of that contact with Danico, but he is currently fine. Oh, that was Hanky with a 5-place grid. Oh, right. So Hanky's got the 5-place grid penalty. Ocean Chief coming back out now. So interesting thing, Danico will not actually start in 20th. He'll start in 19th at least. He could start 18th actually, dependent on where Hanky actually qualifies. Because Smelto got that disqualification, he will start at the back of the grid no matter what. Copy. Now coming to the end of the second long straight. Now going to be pushing towards the line here. I'm going to be looking to get that 127 at least. He will get it, but it goes 4th fastest, so 127.6. Basco currently on his lap as well. So yeah, interesting time so far. You're not too wrong with your 126 presumptions. We'll definitely have to wait and see what's happening with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left in this qualifying session. Still a long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go, and we're already missing 2 drivers, so I mean
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more people, you know, finish the quali a bit early, but you know, keep our fingers up, I suppose, for the rest of the grid, you know, see how they manage.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at chat. Tipsy Bob coming in with, I'd rather have a pineapple shoved violently up my rectum than drive on this track. Fair play to them.
That is kind of kinky in fairness, so I don't know.
That's quite kinky. Basco now pushing towards the line. DRS is going to be open as he crosses the line during a 129.5. It puts him 13th fastest. Pandakoi. I almost butchered his name. I am a great commentator. EMT pushing to the line now. He's currently 127. Going to cross the line. 129.5. It puts him just below Basco in 14th place. Who do you reckon is going to be on pole position?
I'm going to stand for my fellow teammate from many moons ago, Mr. Wow.
All right, you reckon Wow's going to be on pole position? He currently has provision. He currently has provisional pole, but he needs to hold it for another 10 minutes.
I reckon he's going to do it. He's going to do a 26.5. I reckon actually. My goat.
Well,
of course, no bias.
Currently on board with Panda Koi as he is on his fast lap. Actually, no, he's not. He's not on his fast lap. Unless the telemetry is being extremely weird, because he's currently got a 130. I'm not entirely sure that the telemetry is all that right for me. We'll see when he crosses the line. Unless this is his sort of... Oh, it's not even his push lap. Now he's pushing. We're going to stick on board with Panda Koi as he's going to be pushing around this track. He does, however, put a lap in. So he's got a 147, so he has put a lap in. But can he go any faster? There's an AlphaTauri just there coming onto the track and might have actually screwed with Panda Koi, actually. Might be a little bit interesting to see if the stewards are going to have anything to say about that. Panda Koi pushing through now in the slow left-hander, going in to the first of our long straights here in Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium. See how this goes for him here. Coming up to the slower section of this track and to that dreaded chicane. See how he holds it down into second, bumping over the curbs. Holds it very well and very nicely, actually. As we have someone going up the timings a little bit. As Bailey posts the fastest lap currently of this session with a 1:27.0. Nearly a tenth faster than WoW.
Yeah, good showing for the Red Bull boys so far.
Red Bull, yeah. Red Bull currently looking for a 1-2. As Pandakoi now pushing to the line. He'll do a 1:29.4 and that will slot him into 14th position. On board here with WoW. Can he do anything? No, he spins. Oh, but he holds it. He holds it nicely.
It's almost a Max Verstappen-esque from Hungary.
Yeah, very much, as he will come into the pits. As Justin, that racer, now making a push here. DRS going to be wide open. Justin, after winning in Imola, now hoping to keep this trend going. Through the penultimate corners he comes, pushing towards the line. DRS will be wide open. He does a 1:27.8 and that'll post him in P5. Ocean Chief yet to post a time. He's still back in the pits. Actually, I was about to say he's still in the pits. He's actually just coming out of the pits.
Yeah, I've seen him in on the side of the track, maybe after a little spin. I'm not sure if that was on a hot lap or an out lap, but he seems to be struggling a bit in the qualifying so far anyway. I'm sure he manage.
He seems to be. Once he gets onto his fast lap, we'll stick on board with him because he is the only person left to set a time in this session. But Run Cruiser now, I believe, on a fast lap with DRS wide open going down the back straight of this track. A lot of yellow flags coming out, but I think that's just because it's either people giving way or people going a little bit too slow out of that chicane. We shall see. Holds it well. A little bit of a correction being made there from Rune Cruiser, but now he's on the second straight. Pushing through. DRS about to be wide open, and actually I do want to say Rune Cruiser went purple in sector 2, so he's going hard here. He might actually get this, but he's got to keep momentum going. He's got to keep his composure and concentration up to the highest level. Pushing to the line now. He might have this. No, he doesn't. He lost it somewhere along the line, but I slots him into P9 as Ocean Chief hopefully about to begin this lap. We will stick on board with him throughout this lap. Current fastest sectors. Bailey has current sector 1 and 2 purple. Meanwhile, Mackender actually has the fastest sector 3 time with a 25.071. So he's nearly gone a 10th faster than the person currently sitting on provisional pole. So you can sort of see where the Red Bulls are making up this time. Ocean Chief trying to make this push to bring him out of this current pit that he finds himself in at P19. Either way, the McLaren outfit is not looking too good with one of their drivers starting at the back of the grid. Through the tricky section, the tricky slow section of Miami, now pushing through this long straight towards the finish line. He will begin. I reckon this might be able to. That might be an okay time to bring him up the standings, actually. But
it was bound to be better than 19th.
It's going to definitely be better than 19th. He crossed the line. It'll slot him into 17th. I think he lost a little bit of time going out of that last hairpin, I'd like to call it. Speaking of which, Tomosley actually, wow, goes faster. We're into the 126s. 126.993 from Bailey there. From WoW, sorry, actually. I suck. Almost. See who's currently out on a fast lap here. Actually, Nico has decided to retire from session. Maybe he feels like his time currently is good enough. Basco is going to be coming into the pits. Snelahenki now pushing through. I believe he's might be setting up for a fast lap, or he might just be coming into the pits. Need to see, as I believe the top three are either going to be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. But by the looks of things, Bailey is actually going to be on a push lap here. Red Bull still hold a 1-2, and this is coming to the dying parts of this qualifying session. Bailey goes 5/100ths of a 5,000ths of a second faster than his previous time. But he's got to keep pushing if he wants to break this 126. Now, into the tricky, slow sector of this track. Over the chicane, holds it well, doesn't invalidate, and now push through the long sector. He is nearly 2/10ths up on his previous time. He's gone purple in sector 2. This could be a very fast time from Bailey here, as that 2/10ths. Does he keep it rolling? Now pushing towards the line, very clean, doesn't spin, keeping all the concentration. DRS is going to be wide open. 126.83 as he will go into provisional pole at the dying stages of this lap, as WoW is actually in the pits, so he won't get another lap out in this session.
Yeah, he's out on track now, but I don't think he's going to manage to start another one.
No, I think that's going to be the end of his qualifying session from WoW. He's maybe just going out on track, maybe to test out the corners, see where he can maybe get time out on this track. To Mosley, I don't think he's going to get a time, is going to get another lap out here. Macender will go third fastest. To Mosley drops a little bit more. Meanwhile, Copy is currently on a fast lap. He has gotten through this line. He's gotten over the start finish line to start this lap. We're down to 30 seconds left in this session. If there's any time to put a lap in, it's now.
It sure is.
Copy going 3/100ths faster than his previous time. As Macender got fastest sector 1. He holds that currently. The Alpine of Tomosley holds fastest sector 2, nearly dropping it into the 124, into the 24 seconds. Yoda has decided to leave this session. Oh, interesting enough.
Purely decision.
Interesting decision. 2/10ths up, Copy's 2/10ths up on his previous time. He needs to push a little bit more, and he might break this 126, and he'll get into the second row, maybe even the front row. WoW has finished his qualifying session, as again he did not have time to get another lap out. Here comes Copy across the line. 127.0. It puts him into 4th position. I'm trying to see if there is anybody else on fast laps. I think there is. We're on board here with Speedy, and Speedy went purple. It's a session's best. Speedy now coming towards the hairpin, towards the finishing of this lap. Justin is going to retire from the session. I don't think he can do any better than sixth. Macender retires as well. Across the line, 127.1. It puts him in sixth. The Alpines are fifth and sixth respectively, and I believe that is everything. I believe that is all she wrote. Maybe not. Ocean Chief going to be looking towards this, maybe to improve, maybe give McLaren the better opportunity here. He crosses the line. He goes 15th. And that ends our session for qualifying.
Yeah,
as there is your lineup for this race. Bailey will be on pole with WoW just behind him. It is a Red Bull 1-2 with the McLaren of Macender, with the Mercedes of Macender just behind him. Copy and Tomo are going to be 4th and 5th. Speedy and Justin 6th and 7th. Icewind and Rune Cruiser 8th and 9th, and Fox rounds out the top 10. Wow. What a qualifying session that is. And you were bang on with 126. You were bang on with it.
What can I say? The GOAT.
I'm just the absolute GOAT. You don't even know, man. You don't even know. Right. This is it. Round number 3. And what's the weather going to be like? It is sunny. All sunshine today, people.
Oh boy. I cannot wait to see the shenanigans we're going to see into turn 1. And, well, probably for the rest of the race, judging at least by how quiet it went. Well, at least the beginning of it was interesting, per se.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to see. Here we go. Everyone lining up for their formation lap. The predicted pit strategy is hard mediums.
Curious.
Interesting. Well, let's see what tires people have decided to go on to. Wow, a lot of the drivers actually going on to the hards. I thought hards were not going to be good around this track, but here we are. So Copy and Meepo, the only drivers deciding to go on to the mediums. In PSGL, people were doing hard medium. Well, there you go. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see a quick lead change for, well, be it the fact that the Copy is a medium, and the pace within that top 6 was really, really close. Yeah,
it was very, very close with each other. So Meepo, Copy, is going to have the advantage, and Meepo might start creeping up the leaderboard for this. We'll definitely have to wait and see, as everybody is slowly making their way around. How many safety cars are we reckoning?
At least 2, I reckon.
At least 2.
No more than 5. No more than 5.
Well, we will definitely have to see. Chat, who do you reckon is going to win this race? Let's see who you are thinking in chat will become the winner of this Miami Grand Prix here at the Hard Rock Stadium. Bailey leading the field round to the grid boxes. How do you angle your car for this? Do you push it to maybe look towards the inside to block off WoW?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably what you want to do. If WoW gets a good start, you don't really want him, getting there, because he's not gonna.
Oh, Copy missed his grid box.
Interesting strategy.
Right. Best of luck to all the drivers as we get ready for this. I think everybody has decided. Everybody is lining up now. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Bailey on pole. Wow, beside him. All 5 lights are on. We go green in Miami. As Bailey does not get a good start off the line, Mackender actually gets a better start as he moves into second, and he's alongside Bailey into turn 1. But Bailey still has the lead as Wow drops down to third. But Mackender with a fantastic start. Bailey still holds this, going through the tight, twisty sections, going a little bit wide does Wow, but he kind of holds it back as we go through this race. Oh, what a brilliant start actually from Mackender. He's going to be chasing and chasing down Bailey here as some position changes, as Icewind has now gone down into 20th. What happened to him? I think he's just lost position off of everybody off the line. Bailey now coming through. We're going to approach this very slow section with all 20 drivers coming in at almost virtually the same time.
And there goes,
oh, there's a spin! There's a spin! Mackender's been spun and he's going to be dropping down the field almost immediately. He's down with his teammate and down into 20th. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Yoda is actually 7/10 off of him. Never mind, he's back onto the field. But Bailey still holds this lead. Copy now up into second as Justin is in third. Wow has dropped down to 4th. Bailey starting to build this lead. He's now got a second over Copy, but meanwhile, everything in towards the back is almost within a second of each other. If this carries on this way, we're going to have a DRS train right through the field. Danico up into 12th position as Bailey sets the... Well, Bailey sets the fastest lap. It's the first lap of the race. Of course, he's going to set the fastest lap.
To be fair, it almost felt like it was longer than a lap already.
What a starting lap, but meanwhile Mackender going to be dropped towards the back of the field. That's unfortunate for him. He had a hell of a start as Danico is currently up into 10th position. He's climbing, he's chasing, and soon enough he might just be towards the front of the grid.
Nice, that's making some really good progress. He basically maintained 10th position in the lap, which is, well, crazy.
See, Meepo moves up into 7th place. Meanwhile, the battle's still at the back here. At the front, as Mackender now pushing through the field as well. He passes Stella Hankey up into 17th position. The Alpines currently in 5th and 6th. I think my audio is doing very weird things as Basco gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
It's a bit early.
What a street circuit! Huh. Interesting.
I'm sure there's some interesting tactics. Trust the process and all that.
There we go. Bailey sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:31.2 as he is definitely gone... Definitely going through this field quite nicely. Yoda still towards the back of this field as a lot of fighting going on towards the back of the grid. Meanwhile, side by side, Stella Hankey tries to get the go ahead but has to back off. And Stella Hankey, actually, Nico's dropping down the field. What's happened to him?
Nico, no.
Nico might have had a little bit of contact. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any damage on his car. The audio is fine. Milos a bit quiet though. Okay, there you go.
I have now been increased.
You have now been increased. Yes, you have. Now on board with Justin trying to chase down Copy with a second deficit. DRS is actually going to be... DRS is on actually. I've just remembered. So I need to see. I think we're going to have some interesting stuff happening here. And towards the mid pack of this race, we got a bit of a DRS train going here from 3rd through till, I don't know, maybe like 8th, as there is a yellow flag in sector 2. Mackender's been spun again. Mackender's tires must be absolutely lit up.
Yeah, the
Copy!
convenient timing from a Tipsy saying now, my character can still win this, but he's not having a very good time at the moment anyway.
No, he is not. Mackander sets the fastest lap of this race with a 1:30.8, the only driver to go into the 1:30s. These mediums are definitely showing their face and coming into play. Bailey might lose out to this, but he's still got to keep. He's not. Oh, he's within a second. He might have DRS coming through this straight. We'll have a look. Does he have it? Does he have it? He doesn't. Bailey was just able to keep him on over the 1 second mark, but definitely could have this through this slow sector of the track. He's got to push the DRS. The DRS detection point is coming up just around the corner here. Does he get within the second? He is currently within the second. He might have this DRS. We're going to find out. Here's the line. It's coming up, and DRS is not going to be open at all. He didn't get it, but the DRS from the couple of cars behind him are definitely going to be wide open. Justin going to be pushing towards Copy, trying to get this overtake done, but he's still within the 7/10 behind Copy. Oh, what a race so far. This is Mackander now starting to make his way back up the field, but ever so slowly and surely. But after the past couple of times, he might be thinking to himself, this might not be the best of choices. Lots of overtakes being done towards the back of the grid as Snella Hankey pushes past EMT and Ocean Chief. What a race so far this is. But we have a long way to go in this race. 29 laps, 29 times round this very interesting street circuit. As just a little bit up the road, there's going to be potential action here. Side by side going in towards the fast section. Does Basco go to Pandakoi, but doesn't get the move done, and he actually spins round. There's been contact. There could be damage from Icewind's car. I'll have a look on board with him as he makes contact with the wall, but he does not seem to be having any damage at this current point in time. Oh no, Basco now down in 19th position with that 3-second time penalty. I have a bit of a DRS train here from about 14th through. Yeah, Chief slowly beginning to get positions back up on this. Side by side, actually. Does Ocean Chief go with Mackander? Mackander getting through, however. But DRS is going to be open for both of them. They're going to be side by side, potentially into turn one. No, being reserved as Mackander is allowed to take this position. We have a sector 3 as Nico, I believe, spun round again. He's not having the best of races, is Nico.
No, not too happy, I would imagine he'll be, but I'm sure he's trying his best.
Nevertheless, yeah, that's all you can really do. That's all you can really do. Maybe, however, he could hope for a safety car, which, with the amount of contact that has happened so far, he might actually get. Copy still trying to push down Bailey as WoW gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's going to be interesting, as WoW is probably one of the favorites to maybe take the win in this race. Well, that 3-second time penalty is not going to help him.
Ooh, and Speedy and Fox are both kind of crashed in the chicane.
There is a lot of people. There is a lot of people in the chicane in the midfield, and there is an Alpine going slow. Fox is going slow. I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. Does his wing look damaged? No, it doesn't. His wing looks fine, but he's going to be challenged by Ocean Chief. Ocean Chief side by side with him, but he will get the pass done. Fox is going very slow at this point in time. Does he go into the pits? I'm not entirely sure. Yes, he is. Wow, Fox is going to be coming into the pits. I wonder what tire he's going to be going on. Let's have a look and see what his pit crew does and see if there is actually any damage on this car. We need to see. There is not a wing prepared for him, so there's no damage on him, but they're going to be changing for the mediums as a way. That seems to be a very good pit stop for him, but a very early pit stop. Those tires might not last through towards the midpoint of this race. He might have to come back in again. Here we go. Panda Koi getting quite close with... Oh, hang on. Maybe there was a little bit of contact there. I wonder what EMT was thinking. DRS train going to be wide open here. Smelto going to be in trouble, but... Panda Koi has decided to back off. Mackander is now back in this mix here. He was in third, got into second, dropped down to last, spun again, as there is a problem again with the Alpha Tauris down in 19th and 20th. Oh, it's Justin.
Yeah, just to make it a move on copy into turn one, up to inside, seemed not really much bother for him. Maybe the mediums are slowly dying at this point, but
yeah, the mediums might actually be coming into play and be coming out of their operating windows. The hards might be coming into their operating window. The longer you go on the hards, the faster they'll actually become, but they can last a long time into the race. Couple of position changes as well down the line. 11th goes Panda Koi. He does get the move done on Smelto, but there is this is going to be definitely tricky as there is a long way to go. Bailey still currently leads this race from Justin. Wow, gets up into third place as Copy was side by side with him into the slow section of this. Tom Mosley is going to be pushing as Fox gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's actually... Oh, he's DNF'd. He's retired. Fox has had enough. He will retire.
Been through suffering.
Yeah, he's been suffering, so he'll decide to cut his losses and run. But meanwhile, from the top, it's Bailey leads from Justin, from Wow, from Copy, from Tomosley, from Danny Co, who was last who's at the very bottom of this grid, and now up into P6. He leads from Meepo to Rune Crusher, Icewind, Speedy, Panda Koi, Smelto, Mackander, EMT, Snella Hanky, Ocean Chief, Basco, Yoda, and Nico. Currently rounds out. Yoda gets a position up into 17th position over Basco. Interesting sort of changes in this as Copy is starting to move down the pack.
Yeah, one I noticed is really low battery compared to everyone around him. He's on 17%, and Bailey and Justin are both on 70, so he's not been really managing it properly, which might have played a part to his current drop.
Speedy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of corner cutting. So the corner cutting penalties are starting to add up now for some of these drivers. The sector 2 times coming through. Bailey's going to be getting pushed here as DRS is going to be wide open. How much of a gap? How much is that gap going to survive? It's slowly dwindling even more. He might have just a little bit longer, and Justin might have the lead of this race, but Bailey is very, very fast. Ten laps through, 19 remain. Justin's pushing and pushing. The more he pushes, Bailey might end up making a mistake.
Yeah, just having a really good race so far. He's making up a lot of ground from the start. I think he was in P6 or 7, but he's really gotten on to the back of Bailey. Really in the in the opening lap, so he's doing pretty good for himself. And he might even take the lead.
Into the slow section we go. Danny is currently up into P5. He was starting for the back of the grid. He has made up a lot of ground. As we see, the medium tires currently at 9 laps. Whilst these hards can go a little bit longer into this race. DRS point coming up now. Does Justin get that close? He begins. DRS open. He's pushing. He's pushing. He's pushing. He's pushing. More and more and more. 5 tenths. 4 tenths. But into the corner he goes. It's all about the exit off of this final corner. And I actually think that Bailey had a better exit. Still half a second to Bailey, though.
Yeah, they've been keeping nice and close to each other, but not really just quite able to get the moves off just yet anyway.
I wonder if we can get that chasing graphic from Formula One here. I want to see how many laps it'll take for Justin to be in striking distance.
That would be very good.
Look at that, 2 tenths. Ooh, I was thinking he might have decided to go side by side with We're due a safety car. We are. Yoda currently into the pits. He's going to be changing on to the mediums. I wonder if the pit window has decided to open up.
Yeah, Justin's
hang
right
on.
Bailey's gearbox here now.
Yeah, Justin's right on the gearbox, and the DRS point is coming up. 3 tenths. He's going to have the slipstream, but now he's going to have DRS wide open. 2 tenths. There was a yellow. There was a sector 1 flag here. There's an AlphaTauri going slow as Justin in the Haas takes the lead of this race. Icewind gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Justin with the lead of this race now needs to push and try and get this gap down as the Red Bulls are chasing him every step of the way. Oh my god, look at the top 3 currently separated. There's a second between all of them. I think the mediums for Copy and for Meepo are definitely not working for them anymore. They might need to come in and think about maybe changing these tires. The DRS is going to be open for both WoW and Bailey as they're going to be pushing down this Haas. It's going to get closer. Nico gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Oh man. This is a thrilling race.
Yeah, it's been really close for the lead basically the entire race.
The entire race has been entertaining as anything.
Again here.
Yeah, maybe. Right up the gearbox. Bailey's going to reach the DRS point, and DRS is going to be wide open. Does Justin go for the defense? As Nico gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he will retire from the session. He's had enough. As Bailey keeps the lead of this race. Oh, hang on. That was a Red Bull going a bit wide. He will lose track. He will lose time. As there's a yellow flag in sector. Oh wait, no. It's just Nico's car coming back out. Yeah, it's Nico's car coming back out, but it will retire immediately.
Okay, F1, very cool.
Justin leads from Bailey, leads from WoW. It's your top 3. Copy is currently not in this race for the podium positions, as his mediums are definitely starting to not work from him. Danico is starting to gain time on Copy. Riding those curbs. and now powers through as Justin's actually beginning to create that gap to Bailey, but that DRS is definitely going to be like, I'm still here, I'm still within contention, you're not going to find me here, bud. This is not the last of me for a while. I'm going to be right here chasing you every step of the way, and I will regain the lead of this race. Less than 3/10 the gap between Bailey and Justin. But Justin is going to be pushing this advantage as Rune Cruiser actually gets into P7 over Meepo in the pit lane as he changes onto hards. So I wonder if Copy is going to be coming in next lap to maybe change to hards, because at this current point in time, hards might just see you go to the end.
Yeah, he's definitely well overdue, I think, for a pit stop, especially with how he's dropping off a lot now.
Yeah, they are dropping off a ridiculous amount. They're definitely dropping off now, so Copy might think about coming into the pits as Danico has actually gained nearly 7/10 over Copy and might end up being on the rear of his gearbox in no time. Meanwhile, speaking of the rear of gearboxes, Bailey's pushing, and Bailey's got DRS open, 3/10, now down to 2/10. Pushing a little bit more. Does he go for the move? He was thinking of sending it up the inside, but he decided against it.
Yeah, it looks like Bailey is quite content being in second for now. I don't blame him. He's probably just waiting for that we'd pass him on the latter stages of this race and just keeping his DRS for the time being.
I wonder if they're playing the strategy of, if you pull the trigger and go into the pits, I will see you next lap. Because at this current point in time, if Justin goes into the pits, Bailey needs to react and put in the lap of a lifetime. As Copy is now into the pits and he goes on to the hards. So yeah, we were right. He decides to go onto the hards. Yoda is potentially at threat of being lapped here, but he's just going to keep pushing. I'm not entirely sure there's much that Yoda really needs a safety car at this current point in time to stand any chance.
Ahead of,
hang on,
Justin
side by side. Yes, Bailey gets the move done.
Oh, maybe he's not so content being in second. And he takes the lead for now.
Takes the lead for now in this race, and now it is a Red Bull Haas Red Bull sandwich. But, and this is a but again, the DRS is going to be available to Justin. He's pushing. Oh, he closed his DRS early. Oh, the strategy is coming into play here. Maybe Justin's just like, oh, hang on, into the pit lane we go. Right. Both front runners have decided to pull the trigger as WoW will take the lead of this race, but net lead currently sticks with Bailey. Who gets the faster pit stop? That is the question, as the Red Bull just goes slow. Oh, there was a... Oh, no! Justin's back in the lead!
I'm still amazed by it. That is...
what?
Interesting turn of events.
Justin got the faster pit stop, and he takes the lead of this race.
I'm quite literally speechless.
What in the world has just happened?
That is crazy.
Justin currently has net lead of this race as Icewind gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. How on earth? How on earth does the game dictate that? That is oh, wow. Lap 16 of 29. We've got 14 more laps to... No, we don't. Yes, we do. We've got 14 more laps to go. Well, 13 when they cross the line.
And Justin getting past.
Justin easily getting past. Now, this is actually the point in time where we have to think he could use traffic to his advantage. As wow, Tomosley and Rune Cruiser going into the pits to try and get their pit stops in. And there you go. There it is. Justin is now back into the lead of this race, as there is a Haas. Something's happened. I'm not entirely sure where it is, but it's Speedy. He had a bit of a problem. He was spun round. Maybe he lost lost control of his car, but that will send him down into 11th position as EMT and Smelto also go into the pits. Oh, hang on. Danico on Mackander. Mackander's yet to pit. And I have a yeah, Mackander's yet to pit. Danico's pushing. He might actually decide to send it up the inside going into the slow section. No, he's not. He's not deciding to dive bomb. He's thought, no, I'm going to be smart about this, and I'm not going to do it.
What a smart young man.
Oh, hang on. Up the backside of Justin is Bailey, as DRS is going to be available to him. There is a yellow flag in sector 1, unsure about why that is. Oh, he's right there under a 10th. He's basically pushing his gearbox forward for him. He might decide to get him up through the pit straight. We'll have to wait and see.
And then again, really screwy at the end of the hairpin there, where he's making a move on Mackander. He's gonna get him back though, I think, so he is, yeah. But didn't look very interesting for him for a second there.
Surprisingly, Mackander's still staying out. EMT with a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings on him, as it's gonna be interesting enough. So Mackander ideally needs to pit. He does need to pit. 17 lap old hards. If he doesn't pit, I'd be surprised.
But it looks for Mackander's not even in really that bad of a situation. I think he's going to come out in about 11th or 12th at the worst. So he might have a good chance for points though this race.
We're due a safety car, I'm thinking. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised we haven't had a safety car yet.
I'm almost disappointed with the lack of them, to be quite honest. But could still be interesting. Still a couple laps left.
Justin still holds the lead of this race, but just under half a second is Bailey, as DRS will be available to him. There is a yellow flag in sector 1 as EMT is going a bit slow. Maybe he got spun round. It's gonna be a shame on him. He'll lose track position over a lot of people. Not entirely sure what happened there. Justin with the fastest lap of this race, but Wow takes it with a 1:29.8. Wow's basically saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm here. Speedy with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's see, have a look here. Yeah, there you go. 6-second time penalty for Icewind and Speedy. 3-second for Wow, EMT, and Basco currently. Danico has gained 14 positions.
Yeah, he's doing a damn fine job for himself, that's for sure.
Mackander. Hang on, Mackander's still not pitting.
Why is it just extravagant? Danny up inside of Copier.
He's not. Mackander's not. Is Mackander going hard softs? No.
That is a possibility.
He is pushing these tires, but Tomosley is going to be right there on these fresh softs over Mackander's 18 lap old hards, and DRS.
Surely not after 2 spins, right? I mean,
DRS is not available to him. Meanwhile, crossing the start-finish line is Bailey and Justin and Bailey. As they're right up, Bailey is right up the gearbox. Mackander with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That will end. Oh no. If he goes on to softs, he's got to push for his life. He goes on to mediums. Oh no. That's going to do a lot of damage to Mackander's time here. As Icewind is going to be right there with him as well. Oh, that's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. Meanwhile, hang on. Going side by side. No, Bailey's decided to back out of it. WoW is currently back in this within a second. The two Red Bulls still hunting a lonely Haas. DRS going to be available for Bailey and for WoW. They might decide to push this as less than 3/10 now is the gap between Bailey and Justin, as they're going to keep DRS open. He's going to try it. Oh no, he's decided to back out of it again. He does not feel confident about doing an inside lunge. This is fantastic racing.
Yeah, I think we're going to see here a last lap
Sector
move for the
2.
lead, honestly.
Hang on. There is Icewind's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. He went a little bit wide, and I think that's punished him. Not entirely sure if that punishment was worthy, but the game has dictated it. Front 3 separated by under a second. This is incredible from Justin, Bailey, and WoW. Danico with 7 seconds behind the front 3. DRS wide open. Hang on a minute. Bailey's going to try and send it up the inside. No, he's not. He's going to back out of it. But every time he backs out of it, WoW comes back into the pack. Less than half a second is basically the gap between these front 3. DRS again going to be available, but can Justin hold off the charging bulls as they push through this back straight? DRS going to be wide open. Less than 2/10, less than 1/10. Maybe they send up the inside, but no, he decides to back out of it again. Justin lives another day. Lap 22 coming up now of 29. We're entering the late stages of this race, and for some reason we still have not had a safety car at this current point in time.
I'm still amazed by it, to be quite frank, but... Ooh, Bailey, no!
Oh, Bailey's binned it!
By himself!
Oh, Bailey, no! Went a little bit too hot into turn 3, and that costed him. Danico is going to be brought back into this. Mackander goes the fastest lap of the race with a 1:29.3, down in 9th position. Oh, Bailey is now getting charged by Danico. Danico trying to play for position here. Meanwhile, Bailey is just playing to survive at this current point in time, as Danico is going to be back into this and potentially could get a podium off of this as well. But he just needs to chase down Bailey, who was confident as anything up until that spin that just happened out of turn 3. We'll need to see. DRS is going to be available as just up the road we saw the leaders of this race. DRS open for Danico. Less than 4/10, less than 3/10. He's going to push. He's not going to look for a move up the inside into the braking zone, and round this corner they go. Oh, hang on. Meanwhile, at the top of the race, Justin and WoW now the pairing battles. But here's the thing we need to remember. WoW has a 3-second time penalty.
Danny spun as well.
Danny spun as well in the same place, and he's actually into the wall, coming back onto the track. Oh, turn 3 is becoming a nightmare for some of these drivers. Danico drops position down into 6th. Bailey potentially securing himself a podium position at this current point in time. Wow, sends it up the inside of the slow section and takes the lead of this race, but he now needs to build himself a 3-second gap to Justin with only a few laps to do it. If you are Justin at this current point in time, you just think to yourself, just stay behind him. You don't need to even overtake him. Oh, Panico's retired.
Ooh, I think he's in the pit server.
He's in the pit. Oh, he's in the pit. I thought it was on track. I was about to go fucking mental. Hang on, Justin's just like, nah, I want to take the lead of this race. I want to lead this across the line.
I want to have that back.
I want to have that back. Yeah, I'll just have that back. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks. Bye. Copy moves up into fourth position as Basco gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. If you are WoW at this current point in time, you need to be thinking to yourself, you're not going to end up winning this race. Just bring it home.
At the same time, you do kind of want to push Justin to a mistake, though.
True. If he does push Justin into a mistake and get that 3-second lead, he will be able to pull this off. But Justin has been having the race of a lifetime.
Is he gonna go for it here? No, he's gonna.
Is he gonna go for the move? No, he's not. But both cars are right up each other's gearboxes. Or well, wow is up Justin's gearbox. Sector 1 yellow flag. Hang on, what's happened here? Is Icewind spun?
Yeah.
Oh, Icewind spun. Turn 3 again. Turn 3 is definitely becoming a nightmare as he will lose position. Smelter moves up into 11th. He's one off the point positions, but oh no. Round the final few corners, they go. Justin still leads this race. Oh, what happened there? Oh, whoa. What happened there? A little bit of desync issue, maybe.
I blame telekinesis, I think.
Telekinesis. Jesus Christ.
Some Red Bull black magic here, I think.
So WoW now currently leads this race. But still with that 3-second time penalty through voodoo freaking magic. Just a little bit of tomfoolery.
I'm just too afraid to ask. I don't want to know the answers anymore.
I don't want to know anymore. Pandacoy has decided to leave the session. Yeah, it's a damn shame for Pandacoy. He was having a good mid-pack race.
No, but Justin won't be too sorry. He's back in the lead, huh? Into the hairpin.
And there we go. Justice has been restored. As Icewind retires in the pit lane. Oh, hang on. There's a yellow flag. There is EMT, I believe, spun round. Oh, he has. But he's regained it. But he does lose the position to Basco. Meanwhile, the lead, lap 26 of 29, a few laps to go. If WoW stands any chance of winning this race, he needs Justin to make a major mistake. Oh no, hang on a minute. I've just realized we could have a very, very late safety car.
Oh, Neil.
Ooh, can you imagine? Can you imagine the late safety car here?
Oh, Mr. WoW.
Oh, hang on. WoW going side by side and actually gets the move done. He moves up into first place. Now, build a 3-second gap. You can do it, WoW. Build that 3-second gap.
Just do what the barriers tell you. Go zoom.
Just whatever you do, don't listen to Barry R. Barry R plans to send you to the Shadow Realm. You don't want that. You don't need it. Hang on a minute. What's happened here? There's a... Is that EMT again? It was again. EMT, I think, maybe spun on the straight. On the start-finish straight, unfortunately. Meanwhile, the front runners, this is 3 laps to go. Not long to go in this race at all. Justin looking quite comfortable in the lead of this race. Wow. Still with that 3-second time penalty. Needs to do something incredible if he wants to win this race.
Oh, no! Wow. He spun
Oh, wow, spun! Oh, no!
Aye, aye, aye.
At this point in time, is it a certainty?
Now, all really Justin has to do is not make a mistake.
Justin just has to bring it home. Technically, Justin has a 6-second gap to WoW at this current point in time.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, though, unfortunately.
Easier said than done, yeah. Easier said than done. Larson, for God's sake. Oh, no. Anyway. EMT in the pits. He will retire from this session. He was not having the best of races. Two laps to go. Justin looking incredible at this current point in time, just as long as he doesn't make a mistake. Touch wood.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. Copy. Moving down the pack orders. Danico goes up into 5th position and is chasing Tomosley, who is currently in 4th. Something tells me I may have predicted the winner of this race well before the stream even started. Before the stream even started, I said, who won the last race? And it was like, Justin. Okay, it's just so I can know if Justin crosses the line first, I can roll off something. So I may have called this already. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we've got one more lap. Well, a lap and a quarter. Or a third even.
Lap and a third. Lap and a third. Lap and a third still to go in this race as we begin the final lap of this race. Justin with a technical 5-second lead over WoW. It's almost like it's a certainty at this current point in time. Just got to keep it clean, keep it smooth, as Sam Bird's engineer would say to him when he was driving for Envision Virgin Racing in Formula E. Keep it clean, keep it smooth. Not that far to go, about half a lap still to go in this race. Anything can happen, but we're definitely not going to see a safety car. That is crazy. We said there was going to be at least 2 safety cars in this race. Not one. Not one.
Well, at least I got one prediction right for the quality lap times.
True. Yeah, the quality lap times we got right.
At least something.
Down the final straight comes...
Oh, he spun
wow, spun again! No! Justin now pushing through to the final few corners Bailey is going to be trying to push for that second place. Coming around the final few corners. Justin, he won in Imola. He now takes the victory in Miami. As Bailey gets second place. Oh, they both. Oh my God, what is happening with the Red Bulls? They're going to be side by side coming across the line. But Bailey's going to have the advantage as he takes second place and Wow gets third.
Oh my God.
Samosa comes across the line. Danny Cole comes in fifth. Copy in sixth. Mackander has a penalty, however. Let's see where he finishes up as Meeple crosses the line. But looks of things, he's going to still keep that position. Ninth for Run Cruiser. Speedy is now just coming through the final few corners now. Oh, Yoda has left the session. Well, he was lapped, unfortunately, so his race ended a lap early. Speedy comes across the line now. Smelto coming through the final corner, the final few corners now. He will come across the line in 11th position. Stella Henke is going to be following closely behind him. He'll finish in 12th position. Ocean Chief coming through in 13th, but this man right here, your winner, Justin, for the second time in a row, wins in N2S as he takes the victory here. What a race. Danny Cole gets driver of the day, and honestly, I agree. He had a hell of a race.
Yeah, for sure. Danny had a really good race, but for me it was between Justin and Danny. I think I would have personally given it to Justin because he kept his nose cleaner. But yeah, both had very good drives in all fairness. And yeah, definitely a entertaining race to say the least.
Yeah, very, very much so. It was a very, very entertaining race. As the champagne gets thrown about. Wow, what a race this was.
Yeah, almost,
here we have your final standings. Justin takes the victory here in this race. Bailey and Wow in second and third. The Red Bulls having a horrible final time to this race. Sorry. Danny Cohen fifth. Copy in sixth. Mackander will get an extra point for finishing in seventh with fastest lap. Meepo in eighth. Rune Cruiser and Speedy rounds out your top 10 and your point scoring positions. What an incredible race this was.
Yeah, some very interesting battles, some interesting battles as well, but
yeah, some interesting battles, definitely. Some interesting happenings, but Bailey led from the beginning. But unfortunately lost out to Justin in the end.
Yeah, I think he had a very good chance to win the race, bar a small amount of shenanigans in turn 3, but still a very good performance from Justin and Bailey himself.
Oh yeah, it was a very good performance by him. Very, very good performance by everybody on track, but Justin just kept it clean. He just continued to push through, kept it clean. So definitely interesting, and we can actually speak to our race winner now as hello Justin.
Hello.
What a fantastic race from you. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
During the final stages of that race, you knew obviously that that Wow had a 3-second time penalty. So to you, did you feel like this win was almost secure? You just had to bring it home?
Yeah, pretty much. After I saw Bailey had his moment, I knew that
oh yeah, we went mad when we saw that.
I was a bit disappointed because I thought that we were going to have a 3-way battle. You know, they're both Red Bulls. All he had to do was send it, and then Wow could have passed and done something. I don't know. But anyways, once I saw he spun, I knew Wow probably used up a bit of his ERS to gain
keep
on
up.
the train. Yeah, and then after that, I really just thought, like you said, cruise home. I had the pace, so I knew get him there, and I had the straight line speed, and then pass him at the second straight, and then just keep going through the first sector where he could gain on me. But yeah, it was good strategy and tactics.
Very much so. A victory last race in Imola, now a victory in Miami. You're currently setting yourself up for very steady position in the Drivers' Championship.
I hope so. That's been the goal, to win Tier 1. But yeah, still season's still long, so
yeah.
we'll have to find out.
Trying to think the next race. Where's the calendar?
Austria.
Was Austrian? Oh.
Ooh.
Very, very fast track, Austria. Do you feel confident in Spielberg?
I feel like the pace is there, but last time I raced there was with the old handling model, so I have no idea how it is now.
Oh god, yeah. Was the new handling model this patch?
The last patch.
It was the last patch, yeah. So you're definitely going to have to be putting some practice in to try and figure things out.
Who says I do practice?
Hey! I never said anything of the sort. I was presuming. All right, just don't bring me into this. All right. But yeah, hell of a race from you. Congratulations on your victory. And hopefully you can keep this form going into the next few races. There's still a long way to go in this calendar.
Let's see.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
If anybody else wishes to join us for an interview, maybe just to talk to us and see how you felt about the race, feel free to join. Feel free to join one of the channels, and we'll drag you in.
I'll go now. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Bye. Okay. Bye. Bye. Oh, there was some heartbreaking moments there, especially from the likes of Bailey and everything like that with their spins. It was a damn shame.
Yeah, I was just chilling on his onboard, watching him have a good time, and then I was like, "Oh, the car is going a little bit sideways."
Is that it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, and now it's sideways. It's sideways.
Interesting line.
Yeah, interesting line. What? I enjoyed that, even though it was Miami. I enjoyed that.
I thought it was going to be a bit boring actually, but it was quite interesting. Yeah, I was definitely entertained for the 29 laps, or at least the majority of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take that as a dub.
Yep, I'll take that as a dub as well. I don't think we're gonna have any more.
No one wants to talk to us. That's very
Nobody
sad.
wants to talk to us. It's just us.
Wow.
Hey, it's just us. It happens. It happens.
We see how it is.
We see how it is. Well, Justin takes the victory in Miami and currently extends his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Can he keep that form going into Austria? We'll see in a week's time. Meanwhile, I think that's going to be everything from us. So, Crypto, any last words from you?
Well, hopefully more interesting races follow next week, and hope everyone had a good time.
Well, I hope you did have a good time. From me, from Cursed, from everyone at S2, 2S. Sorry, Christ, I did it. I did it. Damn it! It was so good throughout the entire thing, and I did it right at the end. Oh. From me, from Cursed, to everyone at 2S. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next week when we are in Austria. Goodbye.